At the turn of the 20th century, Chicago was known worldwide as America's meatpacking capital. Refrigerated rail cars and massive automated operations were fundamentally changing how the world ate. At the center of it all was the Big Four, ruthless meatpacking corporations run by even more ruthless meat-eating masterminds. Until a fresh-faced 19-year-old arrived on the scene. Driven by grit, sharp intelligence, and sheer determination, he set out to not only just learn the business, but to conquer it. Spending 25 years working his way up the ladder, he mastered every job on his way to the top. And his relentless hustle paid off when he became the president of a multi-million-dollar meat-packing powerhouse. And while some critics might have accused him of always keeping too many balls in the air, as it turns out, it's a good thing he did. Because it was those balls and not his bacon that cemented his legacy. And that's why this week's On Brand is on Wilson Sporting Goods.
You're all jazzed up, really having a cow. You want your favorite show and it's on right now. It's on Brand.
Welcome to On Brand with Jon and Marisa.
I'm Jon.
I'm Marisa.
Okay.
I was ready to roll up my sleeves and squeeze some meat.
You were like, we've done. Bet you were. Aren't you tired of that? Haven't you had a long night of squeezing the meat?
I actually am tired because I raced here on a bike and then I drank a big glass of milk.
We're starting
feeling a little steamy and a little milky.
God, jergly hot milk. I'm sweating. I'm literally already penetrated the.
It's good for a sport theme to be a little misty.
Yeah, you got to be a little misty musty. You were like, we've already done Oscar Mayer. We've already done Nathan's. What meat could we be doing now? We're not. We're doing balls.
Balls. I love it.
We're doing balls. It's
Very
summer.
Clever.
You know, I don't even know how
Wilson!
I mean, of course. I don't even know how I got to this. I feel like it just kind of popped into my head and I just...
Were you playing tennis at the time?
I was playing tennis and I was losing and I kept hitting my face with my racket. And then I looked in the mirror and I had a big W on my face and I was like, Wilson, huh? What's your story, kid?
That's how we get our best ideas.
Please tell me you started in meatpacking or something unconventional and ended up being one of the world's largest sports companies.
I am shocked.
You wait till you see how we get there. Wait till you see how we get there.
Just wait.
Got my ticket. I now have my flight.
Everybody is clamoring with excitement for you.
Everyone is abuzz about Iceland. Very nice response from the freaks. One freak, Ben Trappy, who you might remember if you listened to Off Brand, I did a tiny little piece on his family because I use Trappy hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which he is no longer connected with and not rich from. So he became a little less attractive.
So you're not going to marry him.
I'm not going to pursue him anymore.
Sure.
I think he's happily married or at least involved. But he wrote and he was like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. He's like, I've been to Iceland 3 times. He has like a spreadsheet that his family created for, so you're thinking of going to Iceland.
Oh.
It's like, here's all the things you can do.
God.
Here's like, if you have a day, do this. Like, here's where you should rent a car. Here's
Brilliant.
like, it's so incredible.
Wow, the freaks are holding your hand. They will be the angels carrying you across Iceland.
They will be the angels with Bjork's voice singing. Someone told me that they were like, you know what? Every year I've been wanting to go to Red Rocks and every year I don't. And Jon has inspired me. Next year I'm going because I guess one of their favorite bands plays every year.
Amazing.
Sorry, I don't have your name in front of me. But yeah, it's just been, the response has been lovely.
That's great.
Plane in place.
Send your tips on where to get Diet Coke. Where to get free ice.
How do I just try to smuggle in? I'm going to get a bunch of unopened cans on the plane.
Are you really?
Of course. Could I have 2 more unopened Diet Cokes, please? Maybe I'll get a job on Iceland Air just for the flight.
I think that's a really good idea.
I can wear that, one of those smart little blue suits.
Why does food on it, like... I'm just like grossed out by eating on airplanes.
There's certain foods, the flavors change when you're in the air, I understand.
That's right. That's why people like
ginger ale.
Well, ginger ale too, but the red sauce.
Red sauce from Taco Bell, the red sauce from the Rosa's Pizza.
Tomato juice.
Oh, okay.
Like drinking like a V8.
A V8.
A plain V8. Do you ever dabble in a plain V8?
Why haven't we done V8?
Good
really Lord. Talk about who gives a brand.
Dibs.
You can have it. I love that every time when I do the Insta egg, half the time people are like, Marisa brand, like Listerine. I'm like, she's hitting everything in the bathroom aisle.
Oh, for sure. I love it. Our family hit the V8 splash really hard. This was in like 1995 when they came out. They were like, we're having a hard time breaking into the market of people who don't want to drink celery and tomato and red bell pepper. What if we say it has like apples in it and raspberries? So they're like V8 splash. It was like, sure, there's maybe like 1 carrot in it, but it's just like Welch's.
Fruit juice.
It's
Listen,
fruit
if we could do it with a cake, if we could get people to eat carrot cake, we can get people to drink bell peppers.
Oh, I got a cookbook from the library. It has a really interesting carrot cake recipe in it. I'd like to try it. I know we're very loyal to our old school carrot cake recipe. This one does not have raisins, does not have coconut, does not have nuts, but it has brown butter in the cake and the frosting.
Okay, if that's the only change.
And the frosting is made with brown sugar, which I've never seen. So
and as long as it has more frosting than the one that we make. Because I don't like that you halved the frosting. Thinking
Sure.
like, that's plenty. That's like the girls in the office who like scoop out the bagel. And I'm like, I sit by the kitchen. I'm just staring at them like,
can I eat your crumbs?
Can I have your scoops? Just put your scoops on my bagel. Oops, all scoops. Oh, women in offices.
We have fun. I miss women office culture.
I miss office culture, period.
So fun. Would you refill the coffee maker if you noticed the pot was empty?
No. Are you kidding me? I would like pretend I didn't see it. I wouldn't clean a dish. I wouldn't do anything.
I ate other people's food. I think I shared this before. I have. Oh, it's pretty embarrassing.
Out of the fridge?
Yeah.
Like with notes on it?
Yes. Like a labeled yogurt.
Have you seen, there's people that will put notes on their thing that's like, there are 5 pepperonis, 2 slices of pizza, 14 fries. I know exactly what's in here. We had someone, I got mad at Avatar. Someone went through, Avatar had its disgusting moments. Like for some reason, the boys' bathroom on the floor I worked at had some sort of plumbing issues.
Oh.
And also the boys pee-peed all over everything.
These like respectful, upstanding boys are peeping all over everything.
Respectful boys. These like young artists just coming in and whizzing all over the walls. I literally had to
They were making art with their whiz.
They Jackson Pollock to the entire bathroom with their piss. I had to put up a sign. You made a sign? Yeah.
What did it say?
Something like, we're adults. Can you please pee in the toilet? Like, I can't even tell you. I would
Handwritten or typed?
Typed Microsoft.
Because you have very distinctive handwriting. They would know who wrote it.
Yeah, I couldn't handwrite it. But I would go to the bathroom. You stand at the urinal, and it was like Velcro foot, like leaving. It was like you're stuck to the floor in other people's pee.
I haven't seen urinals enough. I've maybe seen a urinal like 22 times.
Yeah.
That like, I find them to be so yucky.
I love that Taylor Swift 22 is when she gives a hat to a cancer patient. And for you, 22 is how many times you've seen a urinal. Merch. How's that even merch?
I don't know.
I loved that the bathrooms at Avatar also had what I considered relatively short automatic lights.
Oh.
And this was at a time where I still struggled with irritable bowel syndrome. Mm-hmm. So sometimes a trip to the bathroom was quite lengthy.
Yeah.
And I would have to...
and that's on the big boy's dime. So take your time, honey.
Don't tell Mr. Cameron.
A friend was saying that if she feels like she has to go to the bathroom and she's leaving for work, she'll like hold it until she gets to work so that she can like get paid to take a crap. Shout out to Carrie. She doesn't listen to the pod.
Shout out to Carrie. My friend Maria would love to whisper. She's like, I'm going to go to poop now. And then I'd be like, you're going to what, Maria? You're going to go poop? Okay.
And then she'd be embarrassed.
She'd be so humiliated. But I would go to the bathroom so long that the lights would turn off. So then I would have to do like a toilet dance to get the lights to come back on.
And like you're sitting and dancing, nothing. You have to kind of like lift up a little bit, like you're like feeling the
they design it so you can't reach the sensor from a sitting
toilet.
Position.
That is
you
so
have to
rude.
At least pull up at least an inch.
A button in every stall.
Yes. Or the clapper. I'm sure there's a warehouse of cheap clappers.
That was not double merch.
That's not merch, just so you know.
We should have a clapper merch.
Oh my God, merch.
Love that. Collab with Clapper.
I mean, come on.
Honestly, by the way, Clapper, like, if that worked, which I feel like it worked 100% of the time, how often do these other things, the Alexa, turn my lights, how often does that stuff fail you? And then you know what didn't fail? Clap on, clap off. The clapper.
My Alexa works pretty much all the time. I am torn on this new like casual, like today I was like,
don't let her in. She's going to try to get in. Do not.
Girl, you think I have a girl Alexa? I have Alexander.
Remember when I made my Siri voice an Australian man and David made me change it?
Madly jealous. Minutes away from throwing your phone down the street. I will not tolerate this relationship. I have a man and we got together early today. So I'm like running around. I keep asking Alexa, what time is it? And it told me what time it was. And I said something. It's like, hey, do you want me to set an alarm for 7 minutes from now? And I was like, no, Alexa. And he's like, okay. Like, he was like so cash about it. He wasn't like, yes, sir.
Yeah, I want them to be slaves. Yes, sir.
No, I want them to be. I like that we're slowly just becoming chill buds.
He wants to be your boyfriend.
Okay. I'm okay with that. He knows where to order all the things that we would need.
That's a good point. That is a really useful part of a relationship is somebody can order the things you need.
I just start getting large shipments of lube to my house. Alexa, what are you doing? It's like,
hey, you don't have weekend plans. Just wanted to help you out.
Sporting goods. Wilson, do you have any connection to this?
I took, that's tennis balls, right? Are tennis balls Wilson?
It's all balls, but tennis balls, yes.
What's the other brand? Penn is the other tennis ball brand.
Penn.
Okay, tennis was a big part of my life.
I know you were a professional tenniser for a while.
I was a professional tenniser. My mom played tennis all growing up, and so she forced me to do tennis camp for a few scorching hot weeks during the summer as a kid. I mean, how cruel. It's like, okay, it's one thing you're getting like schlepped somewhere, look for like a camp or whatever, a sporty camp. So hot. Tennis is one of those games where no matter where you stand, the sun is in your eyes.
Tennis. I don't even know that I've been on a tennis court.
Oh, really?
It seems, and I feel like it's one of those things. It's going to feel much bigger once I'm on it.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like, how do I cover all this?
Well, if you're playing doubles, you have a partner.
Who am I playing doubles with? My Alexa?
Alexander, yeah.
Alexander.
The temperature on a tennis court is 15 degrees hotter than off of a tennis court. The sun is always directly lasering you in your eyes. Somehow hats and sunglasses don't work. You're always like so miserable staring in the sun. And then we would have to do these things. Do you remember this drill? It has like a name like suicide drills or something where like you run and touch the different lines back and forth over and over again. And then we had to do wall sits against the chain link fence, where you like pretend like you're sitting in an invisible chair against the wall. I'm like, this is hell. But you know what? Afterwards, got a Country Time lemonade.
Why have we done Country Time lemonade? You're hitting all these
Wow.
old school liquids.
Right, V8 and Country. Hey, battle of the brands.
Battle of the liquids. Let's do it. Alexander, order me 1 gallon of V8 juice, extra bell pepper.
On the company card.
On the company card. That means it's free.
Split 3 ways. Did you ever play tennis or a ball sport? Because you are a bit of a jock.
I am a bit of a jock, and I know that they're pulling over and laughing at that. That wasn't a pullover moment.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa's listening.
He's in the Discord.
It is almost Christmas in July.
You should see John throw an orange into a garbage can. He is dead accurate.
I'm good at precision sports. I'm not good at
arm wrestling.
Anything. I'm so bad at arm wrestling. I mean, your son could beat me at arm wrestling.
Live show, you and me arm wrestling.
Not fine.
Okay, this is the bill. We arm wrestle and then we try cottage cheese for the first time.
Oh,
wow, what an hour.
Someone wrote us. I don't know if I put it in my notes to bring up, but it was for Off-Brand anyway, they're like really pushing cottage cheese. Like, okay, here's how you're going to tackle the cottage cheese.
But then also people are like, I hate cottage cheese. There's one brand I can kind of tolerate. I'm like, what is this food? No.
Why are you eating something that you have to seek out just one brand? My mom does love Kroger's cottage cheese.
Oh, really?
If you're going to get her
you should try that next time you are home.
Large curd.
I don't want to distinguish the size of the curd. Just a glass of milk. Ooh, it's getting a little warm now. It's been out.
But no, I was never a sporty boy. My sisters loved soccer. I can't remember if my brothers played sports. I'm sure I've told the story where I was on like intramural. What's that word? Intramural?
I never said that word.
God, what the
intramural. Muriel's wedding.
Is intramural's wedding basketball?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that okay? So, and then they made me a skin. Like, talk about cruelty in 5th grade.
So that's probably illegal now. I think you could like sue the district and get paid $1 million.
I'm gonna sue Hopewell. Your skins? What does that mean, Coach? Take off your shirt.
Take off your shirt.
You self-conscious queer.
Crazy.
And run around with all the other boys. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm just going to run to the restroom and walked home. I left the school. I was like, see ya.
Yeah, never return.
To be fair, I did walk home shirtless as a skin. No, but I mean, no, I'm not taking off my shirt and
That
playing
is so,
basketball.
I mean, do inside out. I mean, like, who cares? Like, get like a little lanyard, a little vest.
Give us
for each
all a
kid.
pink vest or like a flag that we can carry.
Yeah, little like pink bandanas around your head and
A
then
tiara.
light blue bandanas.
Friendship. Remember those? Are you too young for the friendship hair barrettes that had like, it was a barrette and had the long string that was like the length of your hair that had
Yes.
beads on it?
Yeah.
Those are very cute.
It was like fake hair, you're saying.
No, it was just a barrette that you wore in your hair, but the barrette,
beads.
but it had a long ribbon that was the length of your hair and there would be like beads on it.
Yeah, they're always trying to clip like
Something in
your hair. Now they have them because the kids have them. It'll be like a barrette with like a long like neon chunk of hair.
Extensions. It's like baby's first extension.
You know what I was obsessed with when I was a kid and I like begged my parents for? And for some reason, this was like where my mom drew the line. Like literally everything I wanted, she gave me. And like this was where she drew the line. And I don't see these in gift shops anymore. Baseball caps with fake ponytails attached.
Oh my God.
For bald guys.
I had a baseball hat that had like just long hair coming out of the back.
Like mullety kind of hair.
hair.
That was like a thing for a while. Like if you visited, any tourist town, there was a cap with like fake hair. And I think it was like a joke for bald guys, like they had a ponytail.
Yeah.
But I really wanted one.
Right next to the singing fish plaque.
Exactly. Big mouth Billy Bass.
Having things like that, us coming from theater backgrounds and improv. There was a time in the 2000s where we all had a closet or drawer full of wigs and hats. And usually one of those hats had hair sewn into it. Just in case you had to quickly get into character.
What happens to a wig in the 30 seconds when you take it out of a bag where it is unrecognizable from its original state? Like, can somebody figure out, I understand they're fake hair, they're plastic, but like, come on, we put a man on the moon. Can't we have a wig that can last longer than 2 minutes?
One, you're actually mad that we put a man on the moon, so I don't know why you're using that as a reference.
Because that was good wig budget.
And two, that's why when you watch the old divas, they always have wig forms or head forms.
I do need head forms.
You have to like keep it on a head. It's like you're supposed to do that with like, I don't know anyone that does it now with your nice shoes. You're supposed to put it in like
a cedar mold.
Put a cedar mold in there to keep the shoe shape.
That feels like estate sale.
That's
cedar
definitely
molds.
a estate sale, like a vintage cedar.
You could get a barrel of cedar molds for shoes.
I have a vintage baby shoe mold, like child shoe mold.
Oh, cute.
That I got.
Cute.
I feel like you'd think that was cute. They are cute. I wanted the whole bowl, but he wouldn't sell them to me for a good price.
The whole bowl of baby shoe molds?
It makes a nice display. They're like cool little wooden like feet, but they don't have toes on them, but they just look cute. And they have like numbers on them, let you know what size baby foot. It was, I think, to fold leather around to make a shoe.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if we really tried, we could find room for the ice maker. If we really put our heads together and we really rearrange things, if we spent just like 2 hours just really pounding the pavement, I think we could find 18 square inches for an ice maker.
You too, Fig.
It's possible. It's possible.
You too.
She's chirping in.
Speaking of space, I do need a little kitchen space because I just on my Buy Nothing group got a small, brand new slow cooker.
So we have room for appliances.
Well, no, this is
we're letting in new appliances now.
It's in the car.
Okay.
Literally in the car with the ice maker. My car
Who will win? I mean, what are you going to use more often? An ice maker, something that you like literally spend. You're busier now than you've ever been. You spend 45 minutes a day hunting down ice like you're a hunter gatherer, or a slow cooker.
Roast beef or ice? That's the question of the summer. I'll have
roast beef summer.
I'll have final results this September.
Oh my God.
By our birthday. What do you do with a slow cooker?
Queso.
Is it only keep
queso
like
warm?
Dips?
Yeah, keep queso warm.
Keep queso warm. I can set it so it'll keep it warm throughout the day because I'm comfortable leaving my house with a machine just heating up.
I mean, I think if you're doing like a meat, it is nice set it and forget it. For a busy gal on the go like you, who's always out of the house with the kids, taking the kids to soccer practice,
playing tennis with Alexander.
You dump your roast in and some carrots and onions in the morning. You come back, the kids drop their hockey gear.
Yeah.
And then you have dinner on the table for your hungry boys.
Set and forget it. Get the kids to sleep and then polish my vintage child shoe molds.
Some beeswax.
Get some beeswax.
Ay. Tell me about Wilson.
All right. So you can't talk about Wilson without going back to Clip Clop Times. 1868, July 22, Thomas Edward Wilson, born on a farm in Canada. Hello. I think this is my second boy that was born in Canada. So
wow. Our Canadian
Canadians
listeners are excited.
Our 8 Canadian listeners are thrilled right now. He's one of 8 children because that's what people did at the time. His parents, Moses and Mary Ann Wilson, were Scottish. At age 9, the family immigrates to the United States, settling in lovely Chicago.
Oh,
this
nice.
is years before Oprah. I know that you...
The big shiny bean.
The big shiny bean is not there yet. It's a dull little rock. So when he's
you think the bean like grew from a dull rock?
That's my understanding. The beanstalk, right? It's related to that.
I think so.
The golden goose.
Yeah.
That was a fun story. A goose that laid golden eggs.
A goose that laid a golden egg. We need one of those.
For another time. So when he's young, he gets to work at the Burlington Railroad as a car checker. I don't know what that is, and I didn't look into it.
Yep, that's a car.
Check. He just has it. I'm assuming it was all very clean. He had a brand new shiny clipboard with pictures of cars.
Sure.
He would see it. Check. Okay.
Car or not car?
Car.
No, that's not a car.
That's
That's,
not a car.
a potato.
That gets an X. Potato. I should know. I'm from Canada. Then one day in 1887, a representative from Morrison Company. Now, Morrison Company in the cold open, I mentioned in Chicago, there was 4 big meat packers.
The Meat Kings.
I'll be honest. Some of my research said 3. Some of them said 4. I don't know if one of them rose to prominence. I don't know if research is wrong. I'm sticking with 4. So Morrison Company is one of those 4, and they send over a message to the railway that Thomas is working at. And they're like, we need someone to come over and keep tabs on our refrigerator cars and our other cars in our stockyard. So they send a guy over. He goes out to the stockyards. Now, I didn't even really think about this until this morning. I was like, tell me what the stockyards are like in Chicago in the 1800s for the meatpacking industry. I think this is gross. I think there's like millions and millions of animals getting herded around for slaughter. I think it's muddy and just disgusting.
That's interesting because when you first said the job just keeping tabs on, I was like, this is a job I could do. Keeping tabs on trains, like, great, still there.
Blue train still over there. I don't know where maybe that doesn't.
I love a job title that's just keeping tabs. I mean, what a dream.
I have my whole life have just wanted to walk around with a clipboard. I don't think that's what this is. I think this is disgusting. So he comes back and he's like, this is gross. No, thank you. I want no part of it. Back to the railway for me.
As a vegan.
As a vegan. I did a past life regression and this all makes sense. And that joke only made sense to you and me.
To you and me.
But
okay,
it's okay for us to have a
anyway,
little
it's
something.
okay. That was just for us.
Not everything's for the freaks. Thomas hears this and he's like, you know what? Let me check out this place and see what I think of it.
Okay.
So he goes and looks at it. It is gross.
This is like the 3 Little Pigs. Like everybody goes to like see the trains, the disgusting trains.
Go see the disgusting trains. They were too gross for me. They were medium gross for me, and they were just right gross for me. That's what Thomas
Goldilocks
said.
and the 3 Bears.
These are is that a different thing?
Yeah, I said 3 Little Pigs, but this is Goldilocks.
Isn't that the same thing?
They're all versions of the same thing. It's all 3 different
Goldilocks
versions.
No, those were the 3 pigs.
3 pigs made their houses out of different things.
Yeah.
The straw, the brick, and the sticks.
And then Goldilocks was the beds.
She went in, she tried the beds, she ate the porch, she tried the chairs.
What a bitch. It's know, like, right? Girl, you're like, I'm sure I could fall asleep on any of them. I'll be like, this one's good.
Sure.
Sounds good to me. And I have been referred to as
Goldilocks.
So Thomas is like, you know what? Yeah, this is rough. I'm not going to lie. It's gross. He goes in and he looks at like the actual like offices of Morrison Company and it's just like packed. I'm picturing like stock exchange packed, like more people than there are offices and desks, and everyone's just like pushing their way and trying to get all this stuff done. Again, this is like the largest industry in the nation at the time.
Imagine that men's bathroom. All these sweaty, stinky, old-timey men.
I'm hired to just permanently keep putting up signs every day. Please quit peeing.
Oh my God.
Imagine that movie. Yeah. Oh my God. Matt Damon, like fake dirt, of course, like probably like dirt flown in from
sweaty,
Fiji.
rumpled shirt, sleeves rolled up.
Holding a pig, trying to save its life.
Pig under each arm.
I bought a zoo. Something like that. So Thomas is like, he's looking around, he's seeing all this hustle and bustle, and he's not seeing it as chaos. He is seeing it as opportunity.
Oh, okay.
He's like, there's a lot of jobs in here. He's like, I'm working over at the railway. I'm making $40. They're over here paying $100 for whatever this job is going to be. I think I could do this. So he like weasels his way in. He's like, I'm your guy. I know I'm only 19. I'm sure they're like chewing him up like a piece of gum over there. But he's like, and he's a handsome boy. I haven't decided if he's hot, but he looks like a Pixar drawn ideal actor from the 50s, like strong jaw, like square head. You'll see him in the supplementals, but he's a handsome guy. So I'm sure that, you know, that came with its own something in a place like this. But he gets the job.
You think he flirted his way to the top?
Oh, definitely. Let's just say I hope that Wilson Sporting Goods makes knee pads. So he takes the job, and this guy is a go-getter. He starts off doing clerical work for the stockyards. He studies what's going on in the stockyards. If something gets broken, he's paying attention to how it needs to get repaired. He becomes the superintendent for all repair work in the stockyards. That leads to him like taking charge of all the construction work that needs to happen in the stockyards. That expands to doing construction work in other locations. He's just on this trajectory of just slowly making his way up the ladder. He starts learning about how you buy supplies and machinery and the different construction materials that you're going to need and all those things. And he basically spends 25 years working his way up the Morris ladder. He would later say in an interview that he had tried to learn as much as he could about the actual operating of the plant. He loved to work hard. He loved to be busy. He didn't like to be idle. He loved to just know how it all worked. He would read books on big business. Like it was just like what was in his veins. He would eat breakfast at 5:30 in the morning. He would catch his train at 6. He would work all day until like 9 on most days. He said in 25 years, he called in sick 5 times.
Wow.
Didn't take a vacation for the first 15 years. And oftentimes would find himself in the yards on Sundays. Like he was just ate this job. Like it's just what he was built to do. And I got to say, people that are like, I haven't had a vacation in 10 years. I don't find that impressive. I feel like nowadays we have to like, you know, take care of our own mental health.
Sure. Yeah.
But some people, and I do get like that. Like I sometimes like, we have this, I think, ingrained in us, at least some of us in this country, where it's like the more you work and the less you take off, the better.
Yeah, I've heard that where it's like, stop bragging about being busy. Like being like, oh, I'm so busy. It's like, that's actually not a flex.
It's not a flex. And I think I see more and more like people getting laid off from their jobs. If they've done this, the jobs don't care.
The jobs don't care.
They don't care.
Take the vacation. Take your vacation days.
Take your vacation days. Spend time with your kids. That's the moral of Wilson Sporting Goods. So all of his hard work pays off. In 1906, he becomes vice president, not of the country, but of the company. Okay. He's looking after everything. He's looking after manufacturing and operations and construction. November 3, 1913, Edward Morris dies. It is 1 year and 7 months after the sinking of Titanic. I don't know if those two things are related.
I mean, the stress of it might have weighed on him in ways that we'll never know.
Because we talk about the event.
Sure.
We talk about the day.
Yeah.
But it was in the paper for months.
Sure.
Like every detail, like I'm sure there was like, we think we found someone floating out from the Titanic.
Maybe somebody he knew was on the ship and that kind of weared on him.
Again, this is not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that Morris's death was...
He at least heard about it.
He definitely heard about it and probably had meat on the Titanic.
Oh my God.
Actually, no, because they're in Chicago. They didn't send meat over, but would have had meat on the way back.
He would have had meat on the way back.
That was what he was holding up hope for.
That's what he was so excited about, sending meat back.
And then when it sank, so did his dreams.
Oh, okay. So this makes sense.
Withered away, got consumption, coughed into a napkin like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
A little bit of blood.
Bad sign.
All right. So 1913, he dies. Thomas becomes president. So he rises from vice president to president. His path seems set. Meanwhile, same year, same city, let's go to another meatpacking factory because that's what this city is at this time. We have Sulzberger and Sons in 1913. And they're finding themselves with a dilemma. And vegans, vegetarians, you might want to flip the channel, listen to Doughboys for a minute, plug your ears. Okay. So you have all these meat packers in Chicago, right? And you got these cows and you have these sheep and those things have nice meat. And then they've got nice leather and then they have nice wool. But then they got a bunch of buckets of other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Byproducts.
Oh, you know what? Somebody had said they were eating lunch while we were doing the Listerine episode, and we were talking about like the urns filled with old pee on like the corners of the city.
Yeah.
And he said, we need a pullover that's for like when you're eating, and it needs to be like put down sandwich.
Yeah.
So this is put down sandwich.
Put down the sandwich. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, put down, maybe even if you're not, put down.
Yeah, you might find this unappetizing.
So Sulzberg and Sons created another company called Ashland Manufacturing Company. Why? To deal with the byproducts of...
This is just like bucketofguts.com.
It's literally bucketsofguts.com.
Oh, gross.
So they take the cow and sheep intestines and they dry them and they spin them and they turn them into strings.
Oh.
Those strings are used for a plethora of things. Tennis rackets, musical instruments like violins. They clean and sterilize them, and they're used for surgical stitches, sutures. Leftover rawhide pieces and horsehair become perfect materials for baseball gloves, footballs, boxing glove padding, baseball shoe leather, slaughtered. I hate that word slaughtered.
It's very gross.
Slaughtered livestock raw materials are used for medical treatments, industrial chemicals. Byproducts are processed into soap, cosmetics, animal feed. They extracted oleo oil and stearine and used them for candy and chewing gum.
Oh.
They just find a lot of, I mean, I gotta say,
That's crafty.
pretty crafty.
That's pretty crafty.
And I was thinking that's totally gross, but it's also like good for you for using it all.
Sure, I guess it's not wasteful.
I mean, we could still to this day be throwing buckets of guts out into the street because we're like, what am I going to do? Chew it?
Make a violin.
What am I going to do? Play a concerto? No, it's guts.
I guess that's creative, but I might have to be a vegetarian again after that.
Bravo. I'm
Yuck.
sure it was done very cleanly.
Sure.
Very sanitarily.
How is there like even two people who like want to do that job? Like, what on earth?
It's like a Beavis and Butthead-y kind of like, not big ambitions.
Sure.
Sitting in the chum room.
Sure.
And they're like playing with these guts. They're like having like gut fights.
You think they're like whipping each other on the fanny with an intestine?
Yeah, like a wet towel. They're like, whatcha?
It's
One of them
barbaric.
accidentally hits like a tight piece of wood and makes like a whoa. And it's like, wait a second.
So also you're going to claim that violins were also invented by these guys?
Yeah, they
Sure.
were dumb and now they're the world's most prestigious violin makers.
I love that.
I don't think violins existed until now.
The 90s?
Until the 1890s.
Mm.
So they figured out all these things they could do with intestines and it was good. So while they're doing that, Thomas is busy being president over at Morris and,
Mhm.
finally has reached the pinnacle of what he could probably ever hope to dream. This was a 19-year-old kid like in the stockyards. Now he's president of one of the big four.
The dream.
The dream. Fall of 1915, he gets a call from two New York City bankers, and they want to have a meeting with him. He doesn't know what it's about, but he goes and talks with them. And it turns out that Sulzberger and Sons, they've been around for 60 years. They're a household name. They make products that everybody knows. They're not being managed poorly. So these bankers had to acquire that company. So now they own it, but they don't want to, it's not like the days of private equity where they're like, we're going to cut it off for all the pieces, make what we can and get out of there. They're like, we want to grow this company.
Oh, wow.
We want it to be the biggest thing it can be. We don't know anyone else that would be suitable to do this except you.
Amazing.
It's fantastic. So he thinks about it and he's like, you know what? I appreciate it. I'm already the president of a meat company.
Mhm.
I love that you put on your like 60 minutes like,
Tell me more about that.
tell me more about meatpacking and his thought process on taking this job.
So he's turning down this job,
If you
which
can't
seems
see
like
Marissa,
an
she's
incredible
got
opportunity.
chin on thumb.
Interesting.
Wait, you're telling me he turned it down?
Say more about that, John.
I will. He's flattered, but he's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Thank you anyway. I have to get back to running another meatpacking industry.
I mean, it's
One
too
of the
much
big
meat.
four.
It's
You
too
want
much meat.
Too much meat. You haven't said that since what? Prom night? I'll leave it in. The kids
No
won't
such
get it.
thing as too much meat.
Fig. Fig
She's
is
like, amen, girlfriend.
Oh,
Yes, queen.
yes, queen. Fig is chaos today. So then, he forgets about it. And then he's out and about on the town a few weeks later. I don't know the time,
Weeks.
but I'm assuming weeks.
Sure.
Days, weeks, probably weeks. things move slow back then.
That's true. It might have been
It
months.
could have been years.
I mean, it took like 6 months to get a letter.
Actually.
Literally.
Actually. I mean, don't even get me started on corresponding with London.
Traveling by sea.
Oh, God. What am I?
See you in a
Greta von
year.
Umberg? Is that her name? Good
You
for
should
her.
go to Iceland by sea.
Maybe I will. Okay, so he runs into a friend and he's like, oh, I heard you're taking a job over at Soul's Burger. And he's like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. I had a meeting with them, yes, but
And I turned down the job.
Clearly told them no.
Wow.
His friend can't help but chuckle. He's like, oh, right. I talked to those bankers that you had the meeting with, and they're like, yeah, he's going to take the job. He just doesn't know it yet. And he's like, what?
What?
Sure enough, he meets with the boys again and they're like, listen, Tom, let's put it all brass tacks to the wall, or whatever saying makes sense.
Sure.
We're going to give you a portion of the company and literally name your salary.
Wow.
Name it. We don't care. How much do you want? We're rich. We're bankers from New York.
Mhm.
They'll make a movie about this in 100 years. It'll be starring Ed Norton. His comeback. He's good in period pieces. And Tom's like, $125,000. That's $3.8 million today. They're like, okay. He gets his salary once and he takes the job. Now, he says the salary was a small part of why he's doing this.
Small.
It was more, it's like, I don't care
It's
about
like, I don't even care about the money.
I don't even care about the money. I just said $3.8 million.
Rich people always say they don't care about the money. They're not doing it for the money.
Because they don't.
Because you don't need it. Yeah.
Because you don't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's like, well, I'm doing it because I'm seeing this like established brand. I'm seeing opportunity, not dollar signs.
Okay.
Think of all the things I did over there. I can do that times 10 over here.
And no guts.
Well, no, this is the company that has the guts.
Oh, that's true. This is the guts company.
This is
and guts.
And guts. We're not even using guts where I'm at. This place, I keep hearing something about guts.
And I'll get to play with guts.
I'll get to play.
Which is what I like. I mean, that's even creepier. He's like, I'm not doing it for the money. It's like, ew, why are you doing it? It's like, I'm not going to tell you. But just so you know, I'm not doing it for the money. And then he went and licked his lips.
And then he sneezes and a big gut falls out of his nose because he's been snorting guts.
Exactly.
Short-lived fetish in the Chicago scene.
Gross.
Gut snorting. Merch. All right, so he takes the job. And even though he says that the salary's not a part of it, it's like, it's big enough that it's written about in newspapers. I found an article where it was literally like the headline was like $125,000.
Unbelievable.
The paper said it was the largest salary in the world. It translated to, at the time, and this is 1800, no, wait, this was 1916, gut times, $400 a day, including holidays.
Wow.
Like, just like $400 is probably what a lot of people made in a year back then.
Sure, yeah.
So it was a lot of money.
That's crazy.
A few months after he takes the job, and I love this, I'm just going to read it like it was in the paper because it sounds so much like today. A few months later, on the morning of July 21st, 1916, all over the United States and in foreign countries, the new name in pure food products flashed into life. That morning, by a completely prearranged plan, the signs on every plant, branch, agency, and other distributing center of Scholzberger and Sons Company were changed to read Wilson and Company. And I just love that that's like how, like, you know, like a Taylor Swift takeover.
Sure,
it's like,
yeah.
That I didn't even know things like that back then were timed. I thought it was like, we'll do this building in the spring and we'll do this one in 3 months. But I love picturing
the
it like
speed of that. Imagining like taking it down,
like
putting
rolling
it,
it down, and like just I don't know. I love the precision of that name change.
That's really exciting.
And then articles come out and people are like, no offense, but who is Thomas Wilson? Who is this guy?
He's about to find out.
It's not a name that they knew. Now he's getting articles written about him. His story is being told. I came across a book that was pretty cool from 1917 called The Men Who Are Making America. It was written by B.C. Forbes, who would go on to do Forbes magazine.
Forbes, heard of him? Forbes?
Maybe you've heard of him, Forbes.
Jeez Louise.
Why haven't we done Forbes?
But we're coming up with a lot of good inspo. today.
Feels like a me. I'll do Forbes. You do juice. So this book is like basically like 5 pages on like 50 different men who are like doing, it's like that show on History Channel, like the brands that made us or the toys that made us or whatever. So there's a nice little biography of him in there. And they said in that, not one person in Chicago, not one fellow worker or one packer grudges Mr. Wilson his phenomenal success. As president of Morris & Company, he fought competitors fairly and squarely. He treated his workmen the way he himself was treated by Morris. Becoming the head of this enormous company begot no envy. It was inevitable that Thomas E. Wilson should rise to the very top.
Okay.
And then I thought this was interesting. They ended their profile with Mr. Wilson's latest achievement is the establishment of a sporting goods business. Its products are of such quality that he is not afraid to stamp them with the Wilson trademark and Wilson guarantee. Our prediction is that as high up as he already is, Thomas E. Wilson will go further still.
Wow.
Hasn't even done sports yet. He's already like middle-aged man, gut playing fool, spent half his life climbing up bacon ladders.
And we still have so much more to go.
And we're like, we think that maybe he's going to do something with sports.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but I feel like that could happen.
Wow.
So now Thomas has taken over this giant company. When he comes in, you know how it is when there's change in a company. Everyone's kind of shaking in their boots a little bit. Nobody ever knows if their job is safe. Everyone's just doesn't know how it's going to play out. So he wants to talk to everybody. So he has this big like pep talk meeting with everybody. The manager of the Ashland Wing part of the company, the one that does the guts, the gut boy, approaches with a question with considerable trepidation. And he's like, Mr. Wilson, can't help but wonder what you're going to be doing with the guts and the sporting goods department, Mr. Wilson. And without even thinking, the sporting goods department, that's what you're asking me about? Why? I'm going to make it the biggest thing of its kind. I'm going to put everything behind it that we need. He doesn't even flinch. Let's get in there. Sporting goods, that's what you're about, good sir? Do it. Rise it. Celebrate it. The guy's mind is put at ease. And as promised, he does that. He like lets them figure it out.
So this is like guts into like baseball mitts, guts into
tennis rackets is a big one. Okay. He puts a whole renewed
the less popular gut ball.
The popular. You know have you ever opened a golf ball and it's full of like rubber bands? Those are actually guts. That's where they just shove all the guts. So he gives that department like this whole renewed focus. He renames that to the Thomas E. Wilson and Company. So he's already got the Thomas and Company, and now, and I think you say it Thomas. He spells it Thos. Do you still say Thomas, or do you say Toss?
O-S.
It's like old-timey way of how like
that's like Tom. Instead of Tom, it was a Toss.
Tossy Wilson and Company. I don't know. I'm assuming
that was his Hollywood Justin persona. Yeah. It was like his little alter ego. He's in a Sasha Fierce moment.
I'm Chicago Toss.
Chicago Toss.
Okay, Queen. I play with guts.
On Grindr, Gut Boy 69.
Swipe away. Gut Boy 6969. And he uses tactics that he had developed while he was over at Morris & Company. One of those being acquire businesses that are better at doing what you do to help your business be better.
Smart.
So he gets a leather company that makes baseball gloves and baseballs from Canton, Ohio. Shout out. He gets a caddy company who's like a rising force in the golf space. He gets a knitting mill that's making like athletic uniforms. So he's getting like all of these, like he's building this portfolio of sports. The 1917 catalog, the Wilson catalog, included 28 different kinds of tennis rackets from the get-go. They're like just going in it strong. And the tennis rackets, I think they started at like 75 cents. And it was like, this one is 75 cents. It uses this wood and gut strings. This one is 80 cents and it uses this wood and gut. I don't think they mentioned.
It's so funny because if you're looking through this catalog, you're not knowing that like behind all of it is just a mountain of globby guts.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you think like, oh, like every product has a gut. It's not here unless it has a gut.
Right.
Wow.
It's one of those things I wish the catalog had like a little disclaimer somewhere that said like doesn't smell of guts or like guts are perfectly clean and tested.
It's like how you'll get like shampoo and it'll say like vegan and I'm like, vegan? Like, isn't all shampoo vegan? It's like, then people are like, is this tennis racket vegan? It's like, oh no, very much no.
Is it not? Not only is it not vegan, the handle's bone, the strings are guts. And if you hit the ball too hard, the bitch is going to bark. Oh, we have fun. All right. So, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to preface this. Wilson goes on to be the leader in tennis rackets. Mm-hmm. I could do an entire episode just on tennis rackets. Sure. I could do an entire episode just on footballs. On any of the products, they spend the next 100 years constantly improving them, finding different materials. They get better and better and better to this day. And that's just not what this episode's about. This is just kind of like they got into tennis rackets, so it's become a huge thing.
Sure.
I'm moving on from tennis rackets. Mm-hmm. So this is great. They now have all these companies. They have all these new different avenues that they're pursuing, which means that they have a lot more jobs that they can offer the city.
Yeah.
The World War I is ending at this time. We don't talk about
still very far in the past.
Wait. What do you mean?
We're 50 minutes in and it's like World War I.
We're at World War I. Don't worry. You know I'm always like top heavy. And then I'm 60s they got this, 70s that, and then we're done.
Yeah, we don't hear a lot about how World War I impacted
We don't.
The United States.
World War I had some different impacts than World War II, but I don't have time to get in that. We're 50 minutes in.
True.
My shows have been going an hour and a half lately, and no one has scolded me. I've gotten ever since Terry Hatcher was on, I've gotten very generous with my...
You know Al can hear this, right?
Anyway, guts. So there's all these new job avenues and World War I is ending. So all of these people are coming back looking for work. So he's able to employ so many people. It's great. He gets new distribution offices in New York and San Francisco.
Is there a point where you run low on guts?
No. I don't think that there is, because all you have to do is...
It's like the tennis racket consumption never outpaces the meat consumption.
I doubt it. No,
like people aren't buying like
3
tennis rackets a day like they're eating like 3 steaks a day.
Right. I think they're slaughtering hundreds of animals a day and maybe there's like 8 new tennis players a day.
Sure.
It wasn't quite as the tennis didn't grow as fast as pickleball did today.
Okay, so that helps me understand.
Yeah, I hope that helps you understand. I do have to say with the tennis rackets, there was something about back in the day. There was a moment, same as like canoe oars, where they really had a moment in like decor.
Did you ever take a vintage wooden tennis racket and hang it on your wall?
100%. Like, because you used to be able to find them at Goodwill, like a wooden tennis racket that even came with like the wooden cage kind of thing that you would screw on.
They are cool.
To keep it safe. Yeah. Very J. Crew. Abercrombie
Eddie
and Finch
Bauer,
kind of day. Banana. So Wilson turned this new company into a company with $1.5 million invested capital within its first year. So within its first year, it became the second biggest sporting goods maker in the country. Like, it's almost hard to conceive how rapidly this is just becoming a thing. Yeah. Especially in this time. Because you have to remember, we're also dancing with, where are we at? We're dancing with the Depression, World War I, and these guys are just full guts ahead.
Wow, yeah. I guess because that's like, even in lean times, you got guts. Like their overhead is pretty low. I
mean, if we were in a meeting with Thomas Wilson right now and he's looking for merch, Wilson Sporting Goods, we got guts.
We got guts.
Merch. Now, one huge advantage that they have is that all their raw materials and everything is coming from the other main company.
Yeah.
This wasn't even the main company at the time. So they're getting all their guts. That allows them to have rapid production. They're self-sufficient. They're saving on having to
It's like free materials.
Yeah, they don't have to like ship or drive materials to and from. They're able to make higher quality products at lower retail prices because they're making their own materials.
That's awesome.
Even the wool from the stockyard sheep is being used to make ladies' swimsuits and jerseys for both.
I should get a wool swimsuit this summer.
Can you imagine? Where has that
Feels
fallen
not
out
great
of
for me.
fashion? Are swimsuit, are women's bikinis still
made of-
wool?
I have a wool thong.
I feel like I might be able to pick up a wool swimsuit in Iceland.
Definitely. Bring me
No
home
offense,
Bring me home a wool bikini.
everyone in Iceland just harumphed. They're like, he knows nothing about us.
They like hot dogs and wool bikinis.
I do know that they do like hot dogs. They're making the jerseys for both the Chicago Cubs and White Sox, so that's fun.
Cool.
Now, at this point, remember, Thomas is running this entire thing, not just the guts division. So he needs to bring somebody in. He hires this 33-year-old guy named Lawrence Isley to run the sports division. And this guy is apparently like a mini Thomas. And Thomas is known for being very kind, listens to anyone, will stop in the hall.
Wow, good for him.
Like he has such a flawless reputation.
Crazy.
I hope that I don't get feedback like, how dare you do Thomas Wilson?
Yeah.
Don't you know he did these 9 terrible things?
Yeah.
I didn't come across it, but.
Wow, a good boss.
So Isley and that name,
Isley.
Jon and Lawrence Isley. The ultimate ice-capade is marriage, Lawrence. That's what I'm saying. Me marrying you.
Will you marry me in Iceland this summer
with an ice sculpture?
Uh-huh.
So Lawrence comes in and he immediately cuts off all the fat. He's like, we're making tires. No, we're not. We're doing this. No, we're not. We are sports. They were making phonographic records at the time. We've talked about that with Columbia Records. Everyone got into that game. He's like, nope. Sports. That's all we're doing. He puts out all these ads, just making Wilson sound so great. The ads are like, Wilson, the magic word in sports, internationally famous, a symbol of highest excellence. The demand for Wilson sports goods is so great that 7 big Wilson factories, wonderfully equipped, manned by experts, are employed in our production. They're just like, Wilson. We are the shit. And it's pretty great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
By the early 20s, they now have over a dozen plants across the country, and they are just acquiring companies right and left. There's a huge list of them. I won't go into all of them. One of the biggest mergers they did was with another Chicago company called Chicago Western Sporting Goods Company. And this was the only time where there was a slight name change. So from the mid-1920s till 1931, it was called Wilson Western Sporting Goods and Company. 1927, they debuted a new logo. Their logo up until now was like a giant W with just a square in the middle that said Wilson, whatever, the Thomas and Wilson Company. 1927, they debuted their cursive logo, which is the one that we still use today.
It's a gorgeous logo.
It's a great logo,
Yeah.
very simple, which I realize will be 100 years next year.
Oh, how are you going to celebrate?
I'm probably going to get a tramp stamp. I think a Wilson, I'm thinking like a 42 point font.
In a tennis ball or just the word?
Great question. I think full basketball.
Oh, I love that.
Because I love to dribble on my back with the Wilson. And maybe just a W on my throat.
Love a neck tattoo.
I love it.
As we age, that will really hold up.
Yeah, because my neck is holding strong. My neck is doing well. Maybe one in the lip too. I love it when
you remember the stretching elevator on the Haunted Mansion ride?
It was based on my neck.
I was saying that would be a good tattoo because then as you age, it will stretch like the walls of the Haunted Mansion.
I thought you were saying I was referenced. Like, hey, can we get Glover in again? We have some repairs on the elevator. We need to see his neck.
For reference.
For reference. The reference-e becoence the reference-er.
Wow.
Or vice versa. Okay, so they've learned that acquiring business is good for them. That's helping them grow this portfolio and become this established sports thing. But they learned that that is not enough. And what they've learned is people want to use sporting equipment that they know that their sports heroes use.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And that's something that we have seen ever since this realization.
Sure.
Like they need endorsements. And what they did was kind of interesting. Instead of just going to the hottest ball boy at the time and saying, we'll give you $100 to be on the packaging of whatever.
Sure.
They put together like an advisory committee of some of the big sports players of the time.
Wow.
And then had them use the equipment and work with the equipment so that they were actually part of the process. This is something that they still do today.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like so modern.
Yeah, I know. Serena Williams, I think, is on the advisory thing now.
It's like a collab.
Yeah, it's basically a collab. They're doing like drop culture and collabs.
Yes.
So I don't know if you know, in 1920s, I'm sure you know what a basic baseball catcher's mitt was like in the 1920s.
Oh, yeah. No, like the back of my mitt.
It was unpadded, kind of just like an oversized pillow mitt. So they basically worked with future White Sox Hall of Famer Ray Schalk and collaborated with him. And they're just like, how do we make this mitt better?
Yeah.
So he helps them redesign it, reshape it. It becomes the Ray Schalk catcher's mitt, and it becomes the gold standard in the industry. And that's kind of like the seed of like how this is going to play out. Wilson Sporting Goods, which is what they changed their name to after they ditched Western, is a brand that becomes synonymous with the greatest players in sports. And it's like sports across the board. They had countless Hall of Famers rely on Wilson-made products for their careers. Of course, you have Rogers Hornsby.
Oh, love him.
You have Ted Williams.
My favorite.
You have Alkaline, which when I was reading this today, I was like, alkaline? That
Alkaline?
seems, I feel like I'm like Bart Simpson is like,
calling most
wrote my notes. Greg Maddox and Ivan Pudge Rodriguez.
Oh, I got an Ivan Pudge Rodriguez poster in my locker.
I mean, I do too. I have the card, of course, the trading card. So that's just a few of the people that I've never heard of that I'm assuming. I almost didn't put them in. I'm like, there's going to be some sports boy that's going to be excited to hear one of those names.
That's funny.
Notre Dame legend Newt Rockne advised on the creation of a broad line of football equipment. You had Gene Sarazen help them. He's like a golf legend, help them with like making golf stuff better. And this is kind of like the tennis rackets. This goes on and on. Like I just mentioned, Serena Williams would eventually join them to help them with tennis rackets. They do collabs. They made a tennis racket to celebrate some of her accomplishments. And this is just like a symbiotic relationship between this company and sports figures that goes on and on.
That'd be like if we could design our ideal podcasting microphone. You know, we're experts, titans of our industry. And if we could improve and lend our insight.
Do you feel like if you were asked to like not us creating our ideal brand, but just a microphone, we just want to talk about what do we want?
Well, is the microphone is to Jon as the racket is to Serena. You know, it's a tool you use for your gift.
Why are you talking like a beat poet? It's a tool that you use. You're talking like Christopher Watkins. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
My mic is my lifeline. 1940s is where we begin to see relationships with Wilson and organizations. So it was the beginning of a long-term relationship with Wilson and the rapidly growing National Football League, aka the NFL.
Heard of it.
So they were asked to make the balls for the Football League. And in order to do that, in order to meet the demand, they partnered with another Chicago company, a leather company.
Because that's a lot of leather.
That's a lot of leather, more than they have in their little scrap pile. Chicago Tannery.
Did they ask you? Because you have some leather that you have been hoarding also.
I don't know where my couch leather is.
You don't know?
No.
How do you lose leather?
Babe. Babe.
A whole couch worth of leather is missing?
Do they even know all that? We can't go into all that now. I'm sure we've told that.
I'm sure we've talked about it before. Jon stripped a couch that he brought to the curb of its leather. That's the story.
I threw a couch away because it was old, and then I was inside and I was like, man, that couch is
a lot
out
of
there in the
good
street.
leather.
There's a lot of good leather. I may want to make a bag someday. I'm a sewer. And so I went outside and murdered it and left it.
With like a utility knife, just like stripped it of its hide.
Yeah, and left it a skeleton, just wood and foam.
And now it's like in your unit.
And now it's lost somewhere.
Wow. We'll throw out scraps of leather into the crowd.
Jon's
Live
lost
show.
leather. When I die and you guys are going through the unit, someone will come across. It'll be under a pile of Trader Joe's totes.
That will really, like, the tears will have kind of like subsided. We're now able to kind of like laugh. And then like when we find the leather, it'll all come flooding back.
It'll all come flooding back.
Waterworks.
So they're working with Chicago Tannery to produce this fine quality leather. And it's a whole process. This company has to like treat this leather in Chicago. They do this special treatment on it called Tanned Intact, and it gives the leather like a special finish so that the players can grip the ball in all weathers, and they don't have to use any sort of like special powder or sprays. And they were doing all of this in Chicago, but then it got too big. So then this company was making the leather in Chicago. They're stamping it with a W. They're sending it to another company in Ohio. That company is hand stitching these balls. So it was a whole process, and I just love that Ohio was part of it. But they have made every NFL game ball, including all the Super Bowl balls, since 1941. So
So Jostin's Super Bowl ring and the Wilson ball synergy.
I am a jock. I only do like jock brands.
Really
Next week I'm doing jock straps. We'll see. That'll be a fun Insta egg to make. August 4th, 1958, Thomas E. Wilson passes away at the age of 90.
Wow, good life.
1964, it's the 50th anniversary of the company. At this point, they have 15 major domestic plants in the U.S. They have 3 international factories. They have 27 sales divisions. They have long outgrown their connection to being part of the meatpacking company. They're definitely, known for their sports.
Can you still get like a Wilson cheeseburger?
I was going to say, I don't know. I've never even heard of Wilson Meats. There's a lot of those Chicago brands. I'm curious about the people from Chicago that know if the history of their still
my grandpa worked at so-and-so.
They still make Swift bacon. Swift was one of them.
So many of those industries have changed, like Detroit as being like Motor City. Like, is Chicago still like the meat capital of America?
I don't think so, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
Somebody from Chicago, report back on do you smell sizzling burgers as you walk down the street?
Yeah, I love a town that smells like the thing that it's known for. Hollywood? What is Hollywood? It smells like
Hollywood has its own unique smells.
We definitely have our own smell. 1970, the company is bought by Pepsi.
What?
Pepsi wanted to expand its portfolio.
Pepsi, get out of here.
They're like, we do drinks. You know what?
Wait, what year is this?
1970.
Okay.
So they're like, you know what? People drink drinks during sports. Let's synergize that somehow.
Weird.
They only owned it for about 15 minutes, 15 years.
You know what? Can we undo it? I know I just signed it.
I bought this at 8:15. I'm going to dip.
I'm changing my mind.
Dip. Speaking of dip, maybe we should get into queso dip. Where's Roger?
Where's John's slow cooker?
Bring me Roger, head of dips, and John slow cooker.
The fact that people are really going to get a kick out of that we talk so much about your ice maker and you're like, babe, I don't have room. You don't remember my place. I don't have room. And then you're like, so I got a slow cooker on buy now. I mean, that is rich.
New in box.
That
Gotta
is
at
rich.
least like have the opportunity to use it. So Pepsi buys it during this time. We're headed in. They have it until the mid 80s. During this time, sports brands are coming and going. Wilson remains strong. They will go on to serve as the official basketball for the NBA, the official football for the NFL, the official tennis balls for the US and French Opens, the official ball of the NCAA. They create uniforms for a majority of the Major League Baseball teams. They just are they're it. It's
Who's more obsessed with balls, you or Wilson?
I thought about that a lot. I know you're trying to just make a joke, but I actually did really think about that a lot this week. Because I love balls. I mean, I have no issue with them. Not all balls, but just like sports. Like you like the balls that you're familiar with.
True.
You're not like someone, it's not all balls are for everybody.
That'd be crazy to like every ball.
There's big balls. There's small balls, hard balls, soft balls. Literally softballs.
True.
That's a hard question. I'm going to have to get back to you on that.
Thank you.
I'm going to...
We'll peel off. We'll continue this discussion on off-brand. So, John, tell me more about that. When did you first discover you loved balls? Take me back to that moment.
Could you tell me, were they your balls or someone else's balls? So clearly, they've done a lot of things. They've penetrated every part of major American sports.
Sure.
And all of that is great. But for me, personally, John Glover, Hollywood Justin, it was the year 2000 when I sat alone in a movie theater on Christmas Day and was brought to tears when I heard this.
Wilson! I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Wilson! Wilson, I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Wilson! I can't! Wilson! Wilson!
I mean, it literally still, the music.
The music really is exceptional. And you know what? String instruments could have been Guts.
I heard that the composer wanted to really they wanted this movie to be so much about Wilson.
The Wilson synergy.
Not only the ball, they had the guts. So,
God, that's good.
how did Wilson, an 85-year-old company, end up being in this movie? I did not know, so I looked into it. So 1998, Wilson gets a call from 20th Century Fox. And they're like, listen, we're about to start shooting a movie and we need a bunch of balls. And Wilson's like, okay, can you tell us how are you using it? Tell us more. They're like, we cannot tell you anything. We will tell you this. The balls will not be used as weapons and nothing we do with the balls will tarnish your brand. And they're like, okay, but people usually tell us a little bit more. I don't know. I'm hesitant. And they're like, we will tell you one more thing. This is a Tom Hanks movie. And they're like, okay.
That's all you need to hear.
That's
if
all
it
you
has
need to
the
hear.
Tom Hanks stamp of approval,
1998, get the Tom Hanks approval. They're on board.
You know what I had heard, and maybe this is true, but maybe this is not true because I don't know if you came across it, that he picked, of all the brands to use, he picked Wilson because of his wife, Rita Wilson.
Is
that lore?
No, I'm just haven't gotten to it
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But
I'll let you speak.
Thank you. So they're like, yeah, we're in. Tom Hanks, absolutely. So they send off a big shipment of soccer balls because that's what Fox asked for. They wanted soccer balls.
Okay.
They don't hear anything from Fox for months. Then Fox reaches out to them and they're like, listen, the soccer balls aren't working. Here's what we can tell you. We want to put something on the ball. It's not staying on the soccer ball. Is there another material ball? Like maybe we could try volleyballs. Can you send us some volleyballs so we can try that? Now, here's what another favor we want to ask you. We notice that you really are proud of your name. You should be, by all means. You put it on both sides of your balls. Could we get a ball where you only put Wilson on one side of the ball? So what we're asking for is a bunch of free volleyballs. Print them with only Wilson on one side. We're not going to tell you anything else. And still,
you will be happy though.
You will be think happy. That just do it.
Yes, I mean you can't pay for this kind of advertising.
Again, I'll get to that.
Unbelievable. You can't pay for it.
So of course Wilson agrees. They send off a bunch of balls. They don't hear anything for another year.
Oh my God.
You know how slow production moves?
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, they hear from Fox and they're told they are being sent an NDA that they need them to sign.
Okay.
And they'll be getting something in the mail. So they sign the NDA, they get an envelope, they open it up. It contains one photograph, no information. It is a picture. And we'll put it in the show. It's a picture of Tom Hanks sitting on the beach holding the Wilson volleyball in the box. It's this picture.
Oh, wow.
And that's all they get.
I gotta watch Castaway. Just seeing that one frame, I'm watching it tonight.
Castaway is one of the. I will watch it if I come across it. I'll sit through the whole thing. So they get this picture. They still know nothing. All they know is that there's a movie that Tom Hanks is in, and they may use one or many volleyballs that have a one-sided Wilson on it. It's in the box here. It really gives no clue in that photograph.
Wow, they are so elusive.
They're so elusive. So they don't hear from Fox again. Then Fox starts having their industrial screenings. And then Wilson's just flooded with phone calls. And everyone's like, what do you feel about, how did this happen? Like, what's going on? What do you think about the ball? Like, and Wilson's like, we still
don't know
literally
anything,
don't know how to answer. Like, we haven't seen the ball. We don't know what's going on.
Wow.
So they reach out to Fox and like, you gotta tell us something. Everyone's calling us. We don't even know how to answer. We look like we're stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, we're having a screening in Chicago next week. Why don't you guys come and watch the screening? So Wilson goes to the screening literally with no idea of what to expect. I mean, other than there's a beach and Tom Hanks in it. They come out of that screening and they're literally, I have goosebumps for them. They're literally like, holy
unreal.
Like, it was not product placement. Like Wilson is a character in this movie.
Are you crying?
A little. This movie, I won't even go into all of it, but this movie had intense, a real moment for me in my personal life. I'm not crying. I think I did tear up, but they were like, what do we even do to like to take advantage of this?
Meet this moment. This is so huge.
So they reach out to Fox. They're like, can we make replicas of this? Fox is hesitant. And then they're like, well, they did give us the ball for free.
Yeah, let them print out some stampies.
Yeah, get some hand stampies and make some balls. So they do finally give them permission to make replicas. The Broadcast Critic Choice Awards created a new category for their 6th annual award ceremony just to give Wilson the award for Best Inanimate Object.
Oh, cute.
I don't know if you remember, there was an SNL skit where Wilson was on Weekend Update with Tina Fey, and Wilson's like all surly. He's like, look at my nub. Like he's talking about like his air nub. He's like, girls love my nub. And like, he's all like gross and stuff. But he really became just like this moment of like
cultural
pop culture
icon,
history. I'm sure you can still find Wilson related things. It was so huge. And then what is really fun, when Castaway came out on video, Fox was like, we got to do something. We need to do a media event for it. So what they came up with was, they decided to pick up the Wilson story from where it left off in the movie. Wilson is floating out in the ocean. He gets rescued by a Coast Guard helicopter, brought to the Wilson headquarters, where they have a full-on parade for him. He is brought down the street in a convertible, sitting on a red pillow. There's there's bleachers with all of his ball friends. There's like baseballs and tennis balls and just balls everywhere. Other Wilson looking balls sitting there.
Funny.
The whole company's there.
Cute.
It was just this huge thing.
That's cute.
And Wilson would say that after 2 decades and dozens of focus groups and brand studies, Wilson the volleyball from Castaway was always in the top 3 things that anyone knew about the company. Even when I first started the show, one of the first things you did was Wilson. Yeah. It's what everybody knows.
Iconic.
So they were saying for the cost of about 150 volleyballs, they got unimaginable exposure. They were selling at its peak like 20 to 25,000 of those replica balls a year.
Wow.
So it was obviously just one of those perfect branding synergy moments.
Yes, that's great.
A good thing that came out of Hollywood.
Definitely.
A couple of interesting things. You had mentioned The Thing. Apparently Tom Hanks had said because he was going to, this movie, he really went through it for this movie.
Oh my God.
I remember him like seeing a thing about the diet. He had to lose so much weight for it. They had to wait to shoot until he got skinny. And then he was going to be away from his family for so long. So yes, he did like the fact that Wilson was the brand name because it's the last name of his wife. And then apparently, according to the screenwriter, who knows, once things get big, people make up stories. But he said the whole reason that this story plot even came about, when he was writing the screenplay, he likes to like live the experience of what he's writing about. So he went and stayed on an island with a survivalist just to see what that's like, how the like trying to open a coconut thing came up.
Get those like little details.
And all these things that he had to figure out. He said while he was doing that, a ball floated up from the ocean.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, when you're out here alone, like, no, that's when I was a little like, you're there with a survivalist, so you weren't alone. And I do think that is a big difference because he's like, when you're out here alone, you will start talking to inanimate objects.
Sure.
So
I mean,
he
had this guy he could talk to.
I was like, you're talking to Rob, but I think that alleviates that. But then you're like, sorry, Rob, I'm only talk to this ball.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt. So, yeah. So this company that's 85 years old has this huge moment close to their 100th anniversary, which happened in 2014. By then, Wilson has been a part of over 500 tennis Grand Slams, 61 golf majors, 20 basketball Final Four championships, 93 World Series, and 47 Super Bowls. I think it's safe to say they are sports. So now that's what I have on Wilson. Now that you know all that there is that I know about Wilson, would you say that it is on brand or off brand for you?
I'm going to say this is on brand.
How can it not
How
be?
can it not be?
There's a ball that you like to have a couple of balls all the time.
Sure. I can handle a couple balls.
A couple of balls.
No more than 2.
I've been lucky enough to manage a couple more.
If I'm in the sporting goods aisle, I will feel brand loyal to Wilson and just a part of pop culture history. I mean, there's no other name in balls in my heart.
Yeah.
How about you?
Definitely on brand for me, especially just for the Castaway moment itself. I mean, it is like a personal, special thing for me. So
there's no other ball brand that's like even comes close.
No. What other name are you? Penn! I'm sorry, Penn. I don't even know another ball brand.
I know, right? I definitely, like thinking
Duncan?
back, it had Wilson tennis rackets. I mean, they're just part of the fabric of our lives.
It's almost one of those brands that's so ingrained in our lives. I don't even think you always really even realize it.
You think you don't have anything Wilson? Go look in your garage, look in your tub of sporting goods, dig around. You'll find everything is Wilson.
Everyone's going to send me pictures of their Wilson products.
Please do. Please do.
Can't wait. Well, there you go. That's it for Wilson, another brand in the box. And now it's time to give our shout outs to our freaks of the week. And if you don't know how to become our Freak of the Week, it is quite easy. Every Wednesday on our Instagram story, I post a little puzzle. If you're able to solve that puzzle and let me know what our brand is going to be that week, I'm going to send you a little freak badge to let you know that you got it right. And I'm going to add your name to our Wheel of Freaks, which I spin 5 times. And then those lucky winners become our Freaks of the Week. And this week, those lucky people are Kelsey C., Mary with an I, Caitlin Briskin, Meredith Duffy, and Sarah Jane Charles. So thank you guys so much for playing the Insta Egg. I have so much fun making them. I hope you have fun solving them. And if you're not on our Instagram, get on there. Check out all of our supplemental material, our posters, our Insta Egg on Wednesdays. We put a lot of stuff in there. I think you'll really enjoy yourself. I also want to give one more shout out to a lovely little 4th grader. I think they just finished 4th grade.
Wow.
Now, you know when you're in school and they'll have you do, you have kids, you probably have to do, your kids do these things where you like write out like your favorite things, information about yourself, just like little papers that she do. So she sent me this yesterday. This was a paper that her daughter Mary filled out at the end of the year before she finished 4th grade. And it's called All About Me. She lists her name and her family members and her friends. Shout out to Olivia, Victoria, Mackenzie, Lily, Lucy, and Bianca. Hey, queens. And she was asked her favorite things. Her favorite color, blue.
Classic.
Great color.
Great.
Favorite food, pesto. Okay.
Okay.
For a 4th grader, that's
Wow,
pretty
nice.
cool.
Just straight from the jar with the spoon.
A boba straw and a jar of pesto. Favorite song, Ophelia by Taylor Swift. We love it.
Cute.
Favorite movie, Mulan. Favorite activity, volleyball. Hello, you're getting your shout out in Wilson. You're going to love this. Favorite game, Monopoly, another brand that we've done.
Classic.
Favorite animal, can you guess?
4th grader, axolotl.
Sugar cane.
Was that an animal?
No.
Oh.
Eats sugar cane.
Oh, it eats sugar cane. A panda?
Oh, maybe they don't.
Oh, what did you say?
A koala.
Oh, do koalas eat?
Oh, bamboo?
Oh.
I don't know.
You know what? She's going to have to school us on animals a little bit.
Mary, we're going to need you to teach us the diets of koalas. And then lastly, favorite TV show, on brand with Jon and Marisa.
That is unfathomable.
Her favorite TV show is Us.
How cute. We're curriculum and now we are entertainment for kids.
For a 4th grader. So Mary, thank you very much. We really appreciate you watching, or yeah, I guess watching. And listening and hopefully learning. Have a fantastic summer.
Yes.
And oh my God, 5th grade is where it's all at. I had so much fun in 5th grade. You're going to love it.
Check us out on Instagram at OnBrandThePod, TikTok at OnBrandThePodcast. You can play Jon's Insta Egg game. If you want an extra episode of me and Jon every week, you can check us out on Patreon. We have off-brand bonus episodes every Tuesday. And with that, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode. And don't forget, I am trying to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers before I go to Iceland. We're at like 825. So we have a couple of months. So it's free to do. If you don't mind subscribing and following us on YouTube at On Brand the Podcast, that would be great. And remember, we may go off topic, but we'll always be on brand. Bye. Bye, guys.